there's not much to say from our standpoint. We just honestly just got our rear ends kicked tonight by a team that played a lot better than we did, that was a lot hungrier than we were. You know, their pitcher just totally handcuffed us, and their hitters were, you know, very tough outs tonight, and they deserved to win, and they completely outplayed us. So there's not much else to say except that. They just thoroughly whipped us tonight.
Hey, Mike, this is Carrick Jackson here, head baseball coach at Southern University. We had a really good win tonight against LSU at our place. I believe LSU is ranked number 9 in the country. And our kids went out and did a really, really good job. We had a great pitching performance by Eli Finney. He went 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run. Did a really good job of keeping them off balance throughout the course of the entire game. Then we had probably our offensive star of the game was Tyler Laporte. He was 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored, I believe, and 1 or 2 RBIs. Played really solid defense. And all in all, it was just a really good game for us. The one thing I challenged our guys to do at the beginning of the night was this was an opportunity for us to showcase ourselves on TV, and I wanted them to go out and earn respect and have fun. And that was all I wanted them to do. We didn't talk about winning. We didn't talk about losing. We didn't talk about any of those kind of things. Just go out, earn respect, and have fun. And we did those things and came out with a W tonight. Appreciate all you do. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Go Jags.
It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel, Open Mic Broadcast Network, our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And, of course, our website is obnradio.com. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. There's no doubt that the baseball collegiate world is turned upside down, at least for a day. Southern University knocking off convincingly the number 9 ranked LSU Tigers on yesterday. You heard at the top of the program, Paul Moroney, as he just flat out admitted Southern had the upper hand. You heard from Carrick Jackson on how he gauges this victory for the Southern program. We'll get into that a little bit later on. We'll give you some scoring recaps from yesterday's action around the Southwestern Athletic Conference and the schedule for today. Alabama A&M was shut out by Morehead State by the score of 19-0. Jackson victorious over Tougaloo by the score of 5-3. Florida A&M was able to survive Alabama State by the score of 8-5. Oklahoma victorious over Texas Southern by the score of 10-2. Mississippi Valley was blanked by Delta State 8-0. Little Rock defeats Pine Bluff by the score of 12-3. Stephen F. Austin 6, Grambling 2. Incarnate Word 16, Prairie View 3. And of course, the one that everyone is talking about, Southern University 7, LSU 2. Today's action will reconvene. Oklahoma and Texas Southern will line them back up. Southern will host University of New Orleans today. Troy will be hosting Alabama State. Prairie View hosting Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And Morehead State will be hosting Alabama A&M. So when we look at the current standings, and before I do such, I need to make a programming note and apology. I said that Prairie View was in the number 4 seed on yesterday. They're actually in the number 3 seed, and we'll explain that in just a moment. In the West, in the East, Alabama State is on top with a 10-3 conference record, 16-14 overall. Alabama's at 8-6 conference-wise, 12-23 overall. Jackson State at 6-6 with a 19-18 overall record. Mississippi Valley 5-9 conference record, 6-17 overall. Alcorn State 4-9 conference-wide, 10 and 19 overall. On the western side of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Southern University, 10 and 2 conference record, 18 and 15 overall. Grambling State at 9 and 6 with a 14 and 18 overall record. Prairie View, the number 3 spot, 7 and 7 conference play with a 12 and 22 overall record. Texas Southern is at 7 and 8 with an 11 and 22 record overall. Arkansas Pine Bluff 2 and 14 in conference play with a 6 and 25 overall record. So because the Panthers were not able to get game 3 of the series with Pine Bluff is what has them ahead of Texas Southern in the number 3 slot. And like we mentioned on yesterday's show, hopefully the Panthers can do enough damage to where that game becomes irrelevant and they don't have to try to trek back to Pine Bluff to make that game up. But we'll see how things unfold as we continue to move forward in the season. But if you don't mind, I want to go back to the top story, at least for today, with what Southern has been able to achieve against LSU. I was amazed, first of all, that LSU agreed to play Southern at Southern. But I can assure you that will never happen again. So kudos to the Jags for taking advantage of a golden opportunity. It also reinforces what I've been echoing for a long time, that the greatest impact that can be made from a Divisional I competitive nature, from the HBCU perspective, and being a point of relevancy, comes through the format of baseball. It is proven year after year, day after day, week after week, that baseball, you never know what's going to happen from one game to the next. Football is pretty much predictable what would happen and what the outcome's going to be. You can almost say the same for basketball. But on a scale of making a great impact for your conference, for your institution, and for your fan base, is being able to take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves on the baseball side of things. That's why the Power 5 schools right now are lobbying to try and up from 11.7 scholarships to 22 scholarships and an additional coach, because they know their budgets could handle it. And the smaller markets, if you allow me to label them that way, would struggle to achieve. They know the parity that lies within baseball. But the question is, are we conscious enough to really understand how you could shake up the world on a regular basis through baseball? Yes, your guy could be bigger, faster, and stronger, but it really comes down to skill, strategy, baseball IQ, and execution. And this is evident of what could be. Congratulations to Coach Kerrick Jackson. Thank you for calling in. We truly appreciate it. As we've stated time after time again, we are an open source, not just for PV Nation, but for SWAC Nation, MEAC Nation, anybody nation that want to be a part of this programming. That number is 713-570-6736, and we can get you queued up and ready to go. The other contributing factor, or should I say notable factor, is that Kerrick Jackson is doing this in year number 2. He inherited a legendary situation, but let's be honest, a jacked up situation. And he's making the most out of it. And it's going to be interesting to see how Southern comes back to the table to discuss the future of Kerrick Jackson as it regards to the Columbia Blue and Gold. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes and ears open for this one as this story will continue. Now, it's not the end of the season, and Southern will have to regroup, refocus, and get back to the issue at hand. But I will make a side note of this. If you go back and listen to Kerrick Jackson, he says, I think they were the number 9th ranked team in the nation. You knew they were number 9, Brother Kerrick. I appreciate the humbleness and the modesty, but you knew they were the number 9th ranked team in the nation. And another thing that I liked what he said is he said it wasn't about playing to win, it was about playing for respectability, playing to have fun, playing to show that you're worthy of being on the same field with LSU. And on the flip side, Tiger Nation at LSU, you know there are some upset folk down at LSU. Here is a team that had super duper expectations and still, rightfully so, should have them. They were ranked number 1, 3 polls out of 5 polls for college baseball. I would love to go check out some of those message boards today. I would love to hear what is being regurgitated throughout Tiger Country on today. I know the keyboards are going to be hot. They're smoking, in fact. Podcasts and radio shows are off the chart. It ached the local news team to have to report that story. But guess what? You got to deal with it. You heard Coach Paul Monero say they just flat out kicked our tails. And that's what it's all about. I don't care how deep your legacy is. I don't care how big you are. Let's get this game started. It can be done consistently if we, as SWAC institutions, make up our mind that we're going to do it and do it all out. As we mentioned, Panthers will be hosting Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders on today. But as I stated, what is truly important, for me at least, is how the Panthers fare out this weekend at G Nation. We want to thank Attorney Lee Van Richardson for his loyal and dedicated support of the programming here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. If you are in the need of legal assistance, hate to talk about it, but sometimes divorce is a part of life. Attorney Lee Van Richardson could help accommodate you in that most sensitive and difficult process. It's not something that you should take lightly. It's not something that you should try to handle on your own. You need the professional, courteous legal services of Attorney Lee Van Richardson to help you through that process. You can set up an appointment with him today by dialing 979-826-8008 and let your healing process begin. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. I have run out of time for today, so therefore I must exit stage left. I am the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince, thanking you so much for joining us on today and every day that we open up the mic here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Don't forget to visit our website to become a listening partner, obnradio.com. 17 cents a day, $5 a month can truly impact and make a difference here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I've got to go. But until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.